Clemson, South Carolina, home of the Tigers. A proud university known for its high academic standards. But on Saturdays, only two things matter: football and the color orange. Well, Clemson's made a good habit of embarrassing teams week in and week out recently, but it'd be hard to dispute the fact that Clemson athletics would not be anywhere near as dominant as they are today without black athletes. From Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins dominating Ohio State, to Deshaun Watson and Mike Williams also dominating Ohio State, these superstars have not just put little old Clemson back on the map, but made it a name that strikes fear into the hearts of every program in the country. But what are these athletes' experiences actually like at Clemson? While the history of black student athletes at Clemson is important to understand, it is only one Google search away. What is still important, but even less reported on, is what these athletes' time at Clemson is actually like. For this reason, we decided to take a closer look at the experiences of black athletes at this university. Being a nationally recognized superstar may sound nice, but what are the actual implications of it? It would be unfair for me to speculate this because I'm neither black nor athletic enough to suit up on Saturdays. To do this, we interviewed two former black football players from Clemson, Tony Mooney and Warren Forney. Tony's journey began at Clemson in 1988, and he had a lot to say about his experiences at Clemson and being a black athlete. In his words,
being a minority athlete at Clemson meant you were expected to blend in with the majority. As a minority, you knew your ways and being were not going to be the same. I do not think that Clemson fairly portrays the historical struggles of minorities in the school. Sports are the major money generator for the university. Sports affect enrollment, construction on and off campus, local economy, and state pride. In Clemson athletics, the minority is the majority. Free education is the only benefit of participation. What free education really means is broken bones, a combination of school and football that is the same as a job, high rates of failure in the classroom, no normal college experience, and no money for athletes in comparison to coaches being highly compensated. During my time at Clemson, there was one incident regarding discrimination that I would like to talk about. A few players, including myself, were leaving Zach's, a night spot in Clemson, and a group of white males decided to confront us. The group started with racial slurs and wanted a fight, which we took on. The outcome physically was not good for their group, and for us, it was not good with the law and the effect it had on the football family.
Warren Forney attended Clemson from 1991 to 1995, and in 2015 he received the Brian Dawkins Lifetime Achievement Award. He also shared some interesting insights about his time at Clemson.
During my time as a student athlete, this was non-existent. Clemson is no different than other white institutions, and that they cater to the black athlete if you fit the expectations of the institutional ideal student athlete. So yes, the probability of a white student athlete having a different experience than a black student athlete is highly probable. No racial slurs were communicated to me directly, but remember, we lived in a time in the early 1990s where political correctness was the practice, so there were more implicit experiences of discrimination than explicit. For example, look at the lack of diversity on the Board of Trustees and in the athletic department, and then look at the diversity of the football team itself.
Although their stories exhibit the dark side of Clemson's past, it is important not to dwell on these aspects too long. Leaps and bounds have been made in the inclusivity of the university since their time here, but there still is a ways to go. Most important is to not ignore these harsh realities or try and merely brush over them. It is up to us as a community to ensure that all of our members are treated with the respect that is owed.